I realize that we're kind of stuck on this electrocution prop, and I know it's maybe not all that much fun to watch, but it is a vlog. That seems to be what allows this to work. So, by the way, this is a much better motor. Strong. I have to pull the USB cable out. There's the lights all on the back of the chair there. Rainy Sunday here on Lake Terror Among Us Manor, aka my house. The rain is coming down. So, I'm not gonna be doing any yard work today. Yay! But I'll be working on Halloween stuff. Yay! Yeah, I remember you. And you. And you too. At one time I was actually able to complete props. Okay, so yesterday I posted episode 37. I watched it and I realized that we're kind of stuck on this electrocution prop, and I know it's maybe not all that much fun to watch, but it is a vlog and it's not a how-to. I do how-tos, but I'll start the project and end the project and make a video out of it. This is just what I'm doing as far as, you know, working on props. And this isn't, I'm not building this from scratch. This is just a redo. But you get the gist of how to build these things just by seeing me take them apart and put them back together. They're not all that complicated. The reason this prop is taking so long is because of the prop controller, with its inability to connect to my PC and let me control this thing in real time because of whatever this motor is doing to that controller, causing it to reset it. It's just taking an inordinate amount of time. It's a really good reason to include the little button, the 4-button connector that Mike North has listed for this project as an optional component. It's a really good reason to include it, because with that, I would think I would just be able to bang out the sequence on the buttons and be done with it, sort of. But the way I'm having to do this now, I keep having to program, reconnect, disconnect, reprogram, you know, rinse and repeat that over and over again until I get it just right. So it took, you know, several hours yesterday for me to just get this thing right. And at the end of the work I did yesterday, I said, that's it. I wasn't going to bore you anymore with this. I'll attach the legs, put the shoes on myself, and I'm not going to include you guys in that. But, you know, I thought about that some more, and that's what I'm doing. I mean, that's part of me working on Halloween. So if you don't want to watch that content, you don't have to. If you're interested in seeing what I'm doing, by all means, watch the video. You know, that's what I'm putting them out for. Now, as far as the prop goes, the animation, well, I do have this animation stored, got it saved. You can always go back to it. I'm going to do another one, and maybe 2 more. Different sequences, because I went and looked at a bunch of other electrocution props online last night, and there's some really great ones out there, no doubt, with firecrackers and all kinds of additional movement with pneumatics, you know, popping them up and down like this, and legs kicking up and smoke coming out. That's great. That stuff's fantastic. This is just a prop that I'm redoing, that he had a drill underneath him that was bouncing him up and down, and it was sufficient. Did a good job. I showed a video of it a few episodes ago, but I wanted something a little more, but I didn't want to go the pneumatic route, and I have experience with the Shiatsu motors. I have a lot of experience now after working on this prop, and I thought I could get a cool animation out of it, and I think I did. Just because of the limitations of the controller crapping out, I can't go back and forward like I wanted to, real quick and jerky. Plus, it's, you know, putting a lot of stress on the motor because the thing's so heavy, so I'm kind of limited and what I can get out of this. But, you know, I'm going to try some other sequences and see what we come up with. So, yeah, I mean, I know it's not the greatest one you've ever seen, and I'm not claiming that it is, but, you know, I built it and I made it, and it's something that's going to be sitting in the dark along with all of these other props that I have. It's just one prop. It's an upgrade from what it was, and it's definitely better than it was. So it's unique, I'll say that much. So stick around and we'll get into it. All right, so I got the software loaded with the original sequence, and basically what I'm gonna do here is just elongate these sections here. This top one's on and off, and this is forward and reverse, and I'm just gonna elongate this on and have this go really long, and then reverse the other way really long, and I'll try that and see how that looks. So here's one I just whipped up real quick. It's not going back to center, that's fine, I'll deal with that later, but got pretty good movement. Kind of like it a little better than the original one. Yeah, it's not bad. So we'll call that sequence number 2. All right, so I programmed in another sequence. We'll call this one number 3. Yeah, that one's not bad and actually goes back to where it starts, so that's an easy one to keep. So if you like that one, vote for number 3. Okay, this one's for everybody who likes props that go back and forth like that. We'll call this number 4. If you like that one, vote for number 4 in the comments. It's number 5. If you like that one, put number 5 in the comments. And then one more. Number 6 here. This is a slightly modified version of 5. Kind of like that one actually. That's number 6. Okay, with the sequences out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and reattach the legs and finish this guy up. Not really much else I want to do with it. The hands look kind of crappy, but I'm not gonna bother with them. Like I said, this thing's very dimly lit. And I think that'll be it. Maybe I can monkey around with the Christmas lights a little bit that are flashing in the back and make him light up a little bit more up here. That might be a little nice, but for the most part, this guy's done. So I'll throw on the legs, figure that out, and that'll be it. All right, so for the legs right now, they're made of some PVC with this corrugated pipe that I had. Actually worked out pretty well. And we stuffed this pants full of some fiberglass insulation that I had to give them a butt. So this is what the legs look like. And this was before I knew about bending PVC, so I actually do have a connection in there. Previously they were connected together with a piece of PVC, and I think I might do that again, but they were connected with a smaller piece so that they could move around. I was just thinking I might drill right into this here. Also have the option of doing something like that. That might work a little better. I could actually just screw in a little piece of PVC for these to connect into, and just have them like that and done. I think I might go that route. I think maybe I can get to it from the side, hopefully. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is the PVC of the leg. I thought I might connect another piece of PVC right there and just be able to snap that on there. Maybe that's a little too complicated. Maybe I could just drive a couple of screws in there and be done with it. It would be nice to be able to remove the legs. Might even be able to put a little piece of smaller PVC on there just so that they'll come off easily enough when I want to move this thing around. And they'll be stationary enough while it's running. So this is a 1/2-inch piece of PVC right here, and I was thinking that if I have a 1/2-inch cap, I could screw the cap into the wood, then connect this in there and have this jutting out a little bit, and that other piece could just hang on there and be loose. But it would be tight enough so that it wouldn't go flopping off, or there wouldn't be a lot of room for it, just because of the lack of room that the legs actually have to move here. They can't go very far. Not a lot of room for them to go. This one maybe more so. But I'd want to be able to have it so I could get it off, but really just having it fall off is going to be pretty difficult. This one, there's just not a lot of room. Do I have a 1/2-inch cap though? That's the question. I don't think so. Got a big bucket of PVC connectors and things over here, so let me dig through this and see what I can find. I have 2 3/4 caps. I suppose I could do it with that. Do something like this. And this gets screwed into the side of the wood. Well, it'd be more like this. And the base is in the middle here. The legs can just connect onto this because they've all got these types of connectors on them. So that would be the leg, just like that. So it would end up being something like this. And this is screwed into the base, and then this would snap in there. You know, getting it out would probably be a problem, but as long as it comes out, who cares? I wouldn't even have it in there very hard, just enough to hold it on. And this piece doesn't have to be very big either. The smaller the better, actually, on this on one side, because the base is off center. Levers, whatever, that come out of it. I needed to get that one centered so the motor's all shifted off to this direction, which means this leg is closer to the side of the chair than this one actually is, but we can fix that with the PVC. Make the legs look centered, so cool, I'm gonna do that. Right there's good. And there's not enough room. Forget that. At least on that side, that's not gonna work. I don't know what I was thinking. Bummer, man. That's a good idea. I don't really know if I can have the legs up that high because of the Christmas lights here that give that effect. If this PVC, or if this stuff was, well, actually, they do have slits in it to see through. I wonder what that would look like. What if I shoved this in there? I could put the legs up high, tangle these, and have them run down the length of the legs. That might look pretty neat. You know, that's kind of a cool effect. There it is. Maybe if I cut more slats in these legs. This is the wrong leg, but that's all right. Oh, genius. Now I just figured it out. Figured out how to attach the legs, guys. Swap the legs out, and you can screw right through this. Easy peasy. I kind of like that, actually. I think that's giving off a pretty good effect. Might be too subtle. Could cut really big holes in it. And these legs aren't coming off, though. You have to pull all the Christmas lights out, so it kind of removes that ability. Not that it could before, but I don't know, I'll keep messing with it, see what I come up with. Okay, that's sufficient. Now I'm almost wondering if I can't take all of that stuff off and somehow build it into this guy's chest plate. That would look awesome. Then the prop wouldn't suck so much. Maybe, we'll see. I'm gonna finish up the other leg first. Part of the prop building process for me is making things up as I go sometimes. Well, most of the time. And I was just thinking about the animated shiatsu zombie bride that we have, and she has a piece of PVC connected here. It comes out, it comes down and forms a leg that kicks out. Well, I've got this little bit of movement here on this leg now. I'm wondering if there's some way I can tie this to have it pull back and raise this leg during the event. I mean, I've got the connection here. Why not do something with it? Maybe with an eye hook. I know Pat from Dead Things made that really awesome shiatsu spider, and he had lines coming out from this going to eye hooks over here that went and controlled each of the legs. It was a very interesting setup. Actually, I think he had them crisscrossed, if I'm not mistaken. This set went over there and this one went over there. Very elaborate. But I'm wondering if I could do something similar here with a piece of rope or wire or whatever. Run through an eye hook maybe here, down into something on here. As this goes back, lift this leg up and down. Might be worth a little experimentation, and I think I might do that before I do anything else. Having fun with the prop again, that's all that matters. This wired microphone system sucks my ass. I am so sick of it. So much useless video here, just ideas, you know? End up with so much crap on the cutting room floor. I'll just have all this stuff tangled up. That's fine, man. That's how you want things. Ow!